He's doing this to his own brothers.
Anyway, moving on to SmackDown. The Usos immediately open, so we don't waste any time with the meat and potatoes. Right off the bat, they start to gloat, beating Roman at Money in the Bank. As they're talking, Heyman interrupts. I noticed that Solo has his own shirt now, and it looks just like everybody else's shirt.
But it says Solo on it.
But it says Solo, and he has a thumbs up on the back of it.
For the spike.
For the spike. Heyman says that he is the defense for Roman, the tribal chief, and Jimmy tells him to shut up. Heyman says that there's only one man that can tell him to not talk. And then Solo grabs Heyman's microphone and tosses it out of the ring. Then he sits there with his arms folded. Now, I thought he was just kind of waiting for them to make a move and then it was just going to be a brawl, because I thought that was more Samoan than a discussion. But they didn't do that. Mm-hmm. Roman's music hits. Comes out slowly. I thought the crowd was telling Roman that he sucks dick, but it may have been that you got pinned.
It was you got pinned.
Well, I like to pretend it's you suck dick.
Okay.
But Roman says that only the tribal chief can call tribal court, and since he didn't do that, why are they wasting his time? So then they show clips. They show all these clips of Roman just verbally and physically abusing everybody. It was great. I was a fan of Roman after that, to be honest with you. Especially there's a part where he says, yeah, that's right, Jimmy. I'm Jey. Doesn't matter.
Oh, yeah, that was early Bloodline.
Yeah, you can tell because his beard was different.
Yeah, I liked how like his beard and hair like got cleaner and cleaner as he was getting more tribal chief.
Right. So then after that's all said and done, Roman says, well, that's not me. That's who I had to be. That's who I was forced to be. I did it for you, Jey. I did it for you, Jimmy. I did it for you, Solo. I didn't need the bloodline. The bloodline needed me. Then he says, you know what? Umbrella service sounds really good right now, and I'm done. You want it? You can have it. He's talking to Jey, right? So then he takes off his necklace and he gives it to Jey. And he throws down his belt. He literally bows down to Jey. He gets on his knees. He looks down. He's all crestfallen. And Jey goes to console Roman. And Roman hits him in the dick.
Yep.
So after that, the Solo and Roman just beat the shit out of the Usos, and Roman specifically targets Jimmy. He throws Jimmy in the stairs. It hits him twice, and then they go to try to throw him through the table. Then Jey makes the save, but then Solo ties Jey up into the ring ropes. You have Roman and Solo. They're assaulting Jimmy, but Jey finally gets free, but only to run into a Samoan spike. I think it was a Samoan spike. And he had Roman, he super punched Jimmy, and then we finally get to see Solo go through the table onto Jey. No, that was Jimmy, I'm sorry.
Yeah, on the Jimmy.
And you have Roman standing tall. And there's also a moment where through the melee, Solo's standing over Roman's necklace and he's looking at it. And they have this little thing where Roman's asking Solo for it, right? Give me my necklace. And Solo's hesitating because he sees the allure that is the tribal chief position. So I think they're going a little too fast with that part of this, personally.
They're speeding the Solo turn?
Uh-huh. I think they're going a little too fast with that.
Okay.
But we find out that Jimmy is taken away in a stretcher, and Jey immediately challenges Roman 1v1. And that's how we open SmackDown.
That is how we open SmackDown. 40 minutes of cinema.
Right.
And of course, I'm going to say it was great. Every bit of it. Roman Reigns saying, I don't need this. I was main eventing WrestleManias before the Bloodline. I don't need the Bloodline. Bloodline needs me. He had another great line talking about, I got 5 kids at home. I didn't need to add your kids on my plate too.
Yeah, I didn't realize he had that many kids.
I didn't either. He's
Mrs.
busy. Roman is getting pounded.
Yeah. Getting that tribal dick. Yeah.
So yeah, and I was wondering, like, are they all like young kids? Like, he doesn't seem like he's old enough to be having like 18-year-olds.
Isn't he like 40?
Oh, maybe he is. I don't know.
I think
What? He's 40. He's in better shape than I am, and he's older than me.
Well, look at The Rock.
Well, that's a different story. He lives in the gym. I'm just saying, Peyton Manning said, if you're over 40, you don't have a six-pack. That's out of the question.
Oh, he's 38. My bad.
Okay. That's what Peyton told me. If you're 40, you're not having a six-pack. Forget about it. Which I believe him, because...
Oh, good. Joke's on him. I never had one. Ha! Fuck you, Baton.
I have a 6-pack. I can go to the store and get one. There you go.
But it does look like we are circling back to Jey versus Roman. Full circle, right?
Yes. And they're teasing the Solo turn. Solo, he's getting over. Hadn't even said like more than 5 words total.
Right.
But
Well,
he's
yes, my
getting
tribal
over,
chief.
like
I'm
as he
not
was
in the mood, and I got it.
So yeah, the Usos were down. Roman Reigns is down. Solo's on his feet. He's looking at the lay. The crowd's chanting, "Put it on, put it on." Oh, by the way, it is worth mentioning because we talk about WWE's turning into the sing along. They were singing the Uso song as they were coming out. So there's another sing along.
Oh yeah.
So this is the sing along era.
Which means now everybody's gonna get a song that you can sing along to.
They're gonna be in there coming up with the theme songs. Can we sing along to that song? It's a side thing. Can you imagine if like Hulk Hogan was wrestling now? Real American hits the PA and everybody's I am that'd be something.
That's the only one I remember them. The only one I remember really singing to. That and the Hollywood Hogan theme.
Yeah.
Well, do you have anything to add with the bloodline?
Not really. It's interesting to see where they're going with this. Like I said, it seems like they're building Solo up, or how far up that is. That seems to be now becoming a question. Like, is he the one to end the reign? Because, you know, that spot's supposed to be reserved for Cody.
Right.
But now, where the story is going, it looks like maybe Solo could do it. But then you're going to have Solo being a champion at this point. I don't see that working out positively.
No. And you can't go by based on fan reaction because they're all stupid.
Everybody was talking about this was the best Raw what show is this? SmackDown. This is the best SmackDown in years. Oh, you like story, it seems. Oh, talking about story. I'm talking about the bloodline, where this is going. Is Solo Sikoa going to dethrone Roman Reigns? Or are we still going to go to WrestleMania and it be Cody? I can genuinely say I have no idea now. Because, you know, everything I'm saying seems to be going wrong. So they're going to do the opposite of what I say anyway, so I'm not going to say anything.
I don't know. I kind of feel like they might just have the bloodline implode and Roman just scathes out with his belt, all 3 of them. But I am looking forward to seeing Jey and Roman go at it because you have the added wrinkle of Solo.
Yep, what's he going to do?
Yeah,
Michael Cole every time saying, he's doing this to his own brothers.
Yeah.
Like, that's his brother, he's doing this too.
And you know, until SummerSlam, they're going to be milking the rift between Roman and Solo.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So we either go Solo turns at SummerSlam or he doubles down. I mean, he's still pretty loyal to Roman Reigns. He's just hesitating. Like, he was looking at that lay for a long time. He was hesitant to give Roman the belt. He didn't want to tag in or out. And also, that moment where, what was the last paper? Money in the Bank. The moment at Money in the Bank, when Roman was sitting there crying after the Spike spear combo didn't go his way, and they kicked out, and he was sitting there crying, and Solo was standing over him. It was like, what the hell? What the fuck are you doing? And it almost looked like he wanted to spike Roman right there.
Yeah.
Like, we haven't amplified that moment enough. And then, you know, he was the one to just like, what are you doing? Let's just keep pounding. And then they go and then Roman snaps out of it. So I don't know. Maybe it is him going as the tribal chief, and then that's how the bloodline continues as Roman goes off and does what he does.
Good stuff. Yeah, and I thought that was the end of the show. Boy, was my face red because Roman wasn't done. So in the back, Heyman tells Roman that Jey's looking for him. So Roman says, well, he can find me in the ring. So he goes right to the ring. So Roman, Solo, Heyman, they're waiting for Jey. Jey inexplicably comes out through the fans. Didn't really matter anyway because he leapt over the barricade right into Solo. Then he grabs a chair and starts attacking Roman. Solo stops Jey like maybe 2 chair shots into it. And then Jey just starts repeatedly hitting Solo with the chair. Like, he's going at it.
As Roman has retreated.
Yeah, Roman ran away. And then Jey grabs one of Roman's 3 belts. I think it was the gold one. And then he said, you took my Jimmy away. Now I gots to get you. It's trial by combat. You better accept my challenge. Then he throws the belt down. And so basically it's Roman and Jey 1v1. kind of solidified it. Even
at
though we were,
SummerSlam.
did they say SummerSlam? I didn't.
Well, I mean, that's where they're going with this.
Right.
And it's going to be another cinematic story as we're in now chapter what? Or no, I'm sorry, we're in what, phase 3 of the Roman story? So there you go. It was great. Jay is as over as he can be right now, which goes into another whole topic because seemingly they have now caught lightning in a bottle once again. The first time they did it with Cody at WrestleMania. No, Sami Zayn. They did it Elimination Chamber. They had lightning in a bottle there.
Boy, is he falling off.
They had lightning. Well, he's tag team champion. Still gets quite the reaction. They didn't do sing along this week because he wasn't on the show, but I'm sure they would have.
Yeah, he's feuding with Pretty Deadly.
Well, I told everybody. No one wanted to listen. Anyway, if you really want to go into it, I would say the Usos are a more important tag team right now, even though they don't have the titles. They caught lightning in the bottle with Sami Zayn. They caught lightning in the bottle again, which is already hard to do once. They did it again with Cody at WrestleMania, and now it seems as if we're getting lightning in the bottle a third time with Jey Uso and Roman Reigns. So, do they pull the trigger the third time they have caught lightning in the bottle and make Jey the champion? The short answer is no, they don't. But it is amazing that they have caught lightning in a bottle 3 times in this one storyline.
Well, it's a good story.
Yeah.
And Cody's outside of that, though. He came in with his own story.
Yeah, and then there's also still that whole thing. Because, I still say Cody's story has nothing to do with Roman Reigns. It's just coincidentally Roman Reigns is the champion. I think that was the end of SmackDown, no?
That is the end of SmackDown, finally.
Yes. So pretty much we got the majority of the bloodline, and then there was other stuff.